Hello and welcome to this video where we're going to see how to compare in Spanish, okay? How to compare two things in Spanish. And what do I mean by this, how to compare? So what we're going to learn is how to say that something is more something than something else, okay? More, let's say, more interesting, more exciting. How to say that something is less than something else, and how to say that something is as, okay, so as exciting, as interesting as something else. All right, so this is what we understand for as comparing. So let's have a look at a sentence, an example of a sentence, so you can start understanding how it all works. So let's say in in English, I want to say that my cat is more loving than my dog. So I want to say that my cat is more loving than my dog. What am I going to do? So I'm going to look at this, and I've got the words more, and I've got the words than, and I've got the adjective loving in the middle of the two. In Spanish, I'm going to change this more for más. I'm going to change this than for que, and I'm going to keep the adjective where it is. So in this case, loving is the Spanish cariñoso. Okay, it's the Spanish cariñoso. So if I translate this sentence, my cat is mi gato. Mi gato mi gato es más cariñoso que mi perro. Okay, mi gato es más cariñoso que mi perro. So we've got it here. More than in Spanish is más que. Okay, and by this line, okay, with this line, I'm representing the adjective. Okay, more than, más que. Let's look at the next one. I've got less than. So same thing. I want to say that, in this case, I'm putting this sentence in reverse. So I'm going to say that my dog is less loving than my cat. Okay, my dog is less loving than my cat. So what have I got here in English? I've got less, and I've got than, and I've got the adjective in between. So less in Spanish is menos, than in Spanish is que, like we saw before, and I need the adjective, which, as we've seen, is cariñoso. Okay, it's also cariñoso. So my dog, mi perro es menos cariñoso que mi gato. Okay, so to sum up, less than is menos. I've got here the adjective, okay, whatever it is, que. Okay, but what I need to remember is the menos que. Right? So this is easy peasy. There are a couple of exceptions. Okay, there are a couple of exceptions where in English, in your case, in English, it's not an exception. You've got things like bigger, smaller, taller, shorter. So you can do these comparisons adding like er after the adjective, right? In Spanish, we don't really do that. All we've got is we always do the comparatives. We always do it like this: más que, menos que. But yeah, as I'm saying, we've got a couple of exceptions. So one of the exception is bigger. Okay, if I want to say bigger, in Spanish is mayor. Okay, so I will say mayor que rather than más grande que, generally speaking. And I've also got better. Okay, better, which is mejor. Okay, mayor and mejor. Yeah, mejor. We don't tend to do más bueno. Yeah, we tend to say mejor. Okay. Same thing applies to the less. Okay, so I've got that smaller. Smaller is menor. Okay, menor que. And worse es peor que. Okay, worse is peor que. Other than these, generally speaking, we just do it like this: más que, menos que. The other thing I need to point out that is super, 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 super important, as you may be guessing already from the fact that we are dealing with adjectives, is that we need to be super careful with the ending of the adjective. So here I have assumed that this cat, my cat, I've assumed that it's a male cat. Okay. Now though, what happens if my cat is a female cat? Okay. So instead of saying mi gato, I'm going to say mi gata. Okay, mi gata. Gata is a female cat. So I want to say that my cat, which is female, is more loving than my dog. In that case, I'll say mi gata es, that stays the same, más, that stays the same, the que stays the same, but when I come to cariñoso, cariñoso here has got the male ending, the masculine ending, with the O. Now, because this is mi gata and it's female, I need to use the cariñosa, okay? The feminine ending. So, más cariñosa que mi perro. All right? So we need to remember, really, really important, that the ending of the adjective, okay, the ending of the adjective needs to agree with the first item of the comparison. Okay, it doesn't matter in this case whether my dog is male, female, whether I've got 1 or I've got 35. It doesn't matter. The important thing is this: the cat. Okay, if the cat is masculine, I'll put it in masculine singular. If the cat is female, I'll put it in feminine singular. If I've got 2 male cats, I'll put it in masculine plural. If I've got 2 female cats, I'll put it in feminine plural. Okay, so really needs to agree with this first item. If we look at this in the case of the less than, exactly the same. So in this case, let's say instead of having a dog which is female, I'll say that instead of 1 dog, I've got more than 1 dog. So I want to say that my dogs are less loving than my cat. Okay, so I'm comparing my, let's say, 2 dogs to my cat. So in that case, I would say mis perros, my dogs son, are, okay, menos cariñosos que mi gato. Okay, menos cariñosos que mi gato. And notice that here I've got cariñosos ending in an S because I've got more than 1 dog, and this needs to agree with it. Okay, if we go back to our little exceptions that we mentioned here, these do not change in feminine. Okay, they would change in plural. So I would say, if I want to say my dogs are smaller than my cats, I'll say mis perros son menores, okay, menores o peores que mis gatos, but it wouldn't change in feminine. Okay, these haven't got feminine forms. Okay, so mayor, mejor, menor, and peor stay the same if I'm describing a feminine thing or a masculine thing. Okay, and now finally, let's look at when we're saying that 2 things are equal to each other. Okay, they're as good, as bad, as easy, as difficult as each other. So in that case, in Spanish, I use tan como. Okay, tan, adjective, como. So if I wanted to say that, for example, my fish are as loving as my dog, okay, it's a particularly unloving dog, I would say that mis peces son tan cariñosos, and notice how I'm using here the plural because I'm talking about more than 1 fish, como mi perro. Okay, mis peces son tan cariñosos como mi perro. Okay, and I'm using here the tan, then I'm using the adjective and the como. Okay, so I hope this makes sense. It's pretty straightforward. Just get using it and you very, very quickly you'll get the hang of it. All right, okay, thank you very much. Bye.